Oh wait, have you started yet? I didn't know you started yet.
Yeah, we started.
Alright.
Oh,
Let's
I have
let's
no idea what to say now. This
alright.
is...
Let's get that part off. Anyways.
No, we're
Uh
gonna keep that part in.
okay, this is Structor and we're starting another Halo 2 video. I believe this is video 5 or 6, is it? I
5.
don't remember. But
It's
yeah,
either
yeah.
6. It's 6 or 5, I don't know. I'll number them.
And so far we've uploaded 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I think Adam has disliked the first 3 of them.
No, he's told us
So
that he's disliked them. In the videos.
yeah, he actually disliked him on YouTube. So
So,
yeah,
if he
I
continues to do that, we're gonna change to, Half-Life.
all our gaming videos are going to be Half-Life videos if he dislikes anymore. Come on, he shouldn't be hurting us. I mean,
We're playing a
does he
game.
want there to be more Halo footage or not?
I'm playing...
The reason why, if for those of you who don't know, because that does seem sort of counterintuitive, but possibly, like, why would it be disliking the Halo videos if he likes Halo? The reason why is, well, maybe because, well, mostly probably because Gungeon is, Gungeon doesn't like the game, but,
that
the most
playing it
reason
on
why,
the PC.
the main reason why is he says that, like, he doesn't think that Halo is meant for, the PC and such, and that he says, like, that was meant for the console or so, which
So that-
I do not like that argument, because if you want the console experience with a computer, all you gotta do is take your computer, plug it into a television, plug in a controller, there you go.
So that's
Simple
like...
as that. I don't understand what else there is with the console experience or so, but
And I mean, what, do I want to have a really bad gaming experience? I'll go play it on the console?
well, yeah, the problem with the console is that you can't use keyboard and mouse. At least with the PC version, you can have the choice. So yeah, I think that the Vista version would probably be the definitive version. The only problem with it is that it doesn't have split screen, but oh well.
But I mean, who cares, honestly?
That's not that big of a deal, and you can hook up 2 computers. And it's much more likely that you have 2 computers in your house than that you have 2 separate Xboxes.
Yeah.
to hook up.
Or Xbox Eye, or whatever you call it.
Yeah, so I don't really understand it. Thankfully, oh yeah, and we also heard from I think we, and I haven't been keeping up with E3 stuff, but I hear rumors about Microsoft having more Xbox One games being able to be played on Windows 10.
No,
which
no,
will be
they've outright said it at E3.
Oh, that's cool. So be able to play Halo 3 on PC too, and I'll probably do that one.
I don't know about Halo 3, but I do definitely know about just, and I don't think it's Halo 3, I think it's only Xbox One games.
Yeah, but Halo 3 is on the Xbox One through the Master Chief Collection, which is...
Technically, maybe. But I mean, would I really just waste my money on a bad game?
Oh, I have the Master Chief Collection, so hopefully it ports over. You don't have to buy a different version for Windows 10 or whatever.
I think you do.
Hopefully not. But
they did have gameplay footage shown, and what they're also doing with it is that you can play with let's say you're playing Halo on a PC. I don't think it will be for Halo because they want to make money off the consoles, which they built specifically for Halo.
Thankfully, Microsoft, they make money more so off of games than they do off of consoles. Like, it took them a long time to pay off the debts they made from the whole Xbox project in general. They eventually managed to do it, but the thing is that the game console makers actually often lose money on consoles they make. So they want to sell more games. So that's what doesn't make sense to me about this whole Halo exclusivity thing, because if Microsoft wants to sell more Halo, then why not have it on the PC as well? I mean,
well, it's also because
still not on PS4.
They also built a whole console for Halo.
Yeah, there's other games too, and I'm certain that the people who like Halo on console won't say, okay, I'm not buying the Xbox One because they can play it on PC. Like, I don't think that's going to be a change.
Well, actually, I think a few people will.
Well, yeah, a few people, but Microsoft is still making money off of it, and if they can integrate it with Windows 10, then good for them. That's the thing I like about Microsoft that people don't recognize about them. They're compromising. They listen to people. Like, that might also be their folly, but ultimately that's something I really like out of a company. Like,
So
say
does,
Windows 8, when Windows 8
Bethesda.
came out, it had the bad start menu. They listened and brought it back in Windows 10. Took them long enough, but oh well.
The bad start menu in Windows 8, they brought it back? Why?
No, wait, they brought back the old start menu.
Oh, there we go.
Back to the XP
But I mean,
stuff.
that was kind of planned from the beginning.
But yeah, and also when the Xbox One came out with those ridiculous DRM restrictions, they reverted them in about a month. So yeah, Microsoft, say what you want about them, at least they're compromising. They don't say, oh, I want it my way, and who cares what the consumer thinks, like some other companies. Which again, that can be good or bad, of course. Like, it's not always good. It's not good to have a company that always listens to every single thing a consumer says and implements it. And it's not good to have a company that never listens to what the consumer says.
I'm getting lectured about how I have the game named and on Steam by a friend. So I mean, because if you guys didn't know, I have it Halo 2, no space, just underscore. And so I have a friend who's a grammar Nazi. I have a lot of friends who are grammar Nazis.
I have plenty of non-Steam games that I mess with the names of in order to go with Adam and such. Like,
Yeah.
my favorite one is, I'm translating this a bit, but the Gungeon attacks. Will Adam survive?
Yep,
And
it's
that's my
beautiful.
web browser.
Yeah, we don't really. If you can't tell, we are the best of friends.
Yeah, we are. I am pretty good friends with Adam.
I don't
It's
know.
so ironic, but
I would say
this
I
is
am
off the
too,
video.
but I mean, I would say so, but I mean, I don't know.
This is just humor for the video most of the time. I mean,
And it's
At least
and
it
and
is.
sometimes we don't actually do it to purposefully harm each other's feelings. We do it for
why would
comic.
we stick around each other if we were
Hated
purposely trying to do that?
I know. I mean, we've only done it twice. Or
Like that
actually,
whole Portal. I'm surprised in the Portal Part 3 video. That I was so surprised that he wanted me to stay, but
you're our moderator.
my internet was all over the place on that day. Like, you could tell I was like cutting in and out and such. And then he like makes fun of my internet. Like, hey, nobody makes fun of my internet speeds.
I do.
Hey, well, then don't.
It's a bit slow. Is it Polish?
I can say that I can make fun of it. It's like Australian internet.
Yeah, what's cracked? Am I? Oh, sorry, you mean like Canadian internet. They have pretty bad internet.
Thankfully, it's a little more stable here at least, but it's much slower than it is in California.
Yeah, not. Yeah.
Went from California to Colorado for the summer, so yeah, the
Sentinel beam.
internet here, and we're in a bit of rural area.
Oh, game. You know how to please me. Game, paint me like one of your French girls. Wait, what?
Huh.
Don't. Who would ever paint the Arbiter as a French girl? That's kind of stupid.
It's so, you're in one of the Arbiter missions here.
Yeah, they're my favorite missions, mainly because I hate Master Chief as a character. He's just a giant twit.
Then you'll love the Master Chief Collection, which contains every game in the Halo series that contains Master Chief, except for Reach, which contained him for like 2 seconds, and I don't know if any, I think there might be a cameo in like Halo Wars or whatever, and Halo 5 obviously, but it has 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
If you don't like Halo 2, then I'm pretty certain you won't like Halo 4.
Yeah, I probably will not. I don't like any of the Halo games, truthfully. This one just more so.
And if Adam dislikes it, then you know,
Then it's gonna be Half-Life,
Half-Life Storm coming through.
the good games, you know, Half-Life. But
Until he retracts it, then we'll make another Halo video.
yeah.
But
Other
yeah,
than that, expect delays.
but yeah, there'd be. Hopefully, I can have some non-gaming stuff. But oh well. I'm still gonna mention Half-Life in it and how much better it is.
Totally.
Just to spite him, every video will be like in the description. It will say Half-Life is better if he dislikes this video.
Yeah. You know, one thing which I completely dislike about Halo is how similar every weapon is. There's no weapon,
Well, I mean,
nothing differentiates the weapons.
Yeah,
They're
like-
all the same.
there's always an equivalent weapon of the human equivalent, and there's an alien equivalent as well, like the plasma rifle for the SMG and the
Except the
carbine for the
SMG
battle
is
rifle.
better. Like, all of
beam
the
rifle.
bullet weapons are better. Because it uses hit scan.
Well,
And
thankfully,
I've already explained what hit scan is, but for the people who don't know, basically you point at something, you click once, and that click once, as long as you're pointed at that thing, will always hit.
it instantly goes across. Like it's and the same frame you shoot is the same frame that hits your target.
Here, come here. Come here. Swap.
So, but yeah, the whole cloning weapons thing is ends up being brought back full force in Halo 4, in which there are like 4 different weapons that are all rifles. There's the light rifle, the battle rifle, the DMR, and the carbine. And yeah, they have little things different in them, but they're basically all very similar guns. Especially light rifle, DMR, battle rifle. Which the light rifle is mostly like a DMR mixed with a battle rifle. But yeah.
These neither folks should be just instantly taken out with the melee.
God
VR?
forbid the Gungeon ever plays Halo 4.
I probably won't ever. This will probably be my only Halo game.
I wonder if-
if...
I wonder if you'd like Halo 5, considering that half the game you're like hunting Master Chief down.
Am I the Arbiter?
No, you play as this other random character, John Locke.
What's the rod cannon? Do I get
Fuel
to
rod
shoot
cannon's
my-
like a rocket launcher, but alien.
Do I get to shoot my rods at things?
Yeah, fuel rods.
That seems kind of weak.
It's weaker than the rocket launcher.
Am I
Well, yeah,
supposed to be
it's a
destroying
strap-
the alien ship in the hangar?
I don't know.
More
But,
heretics in the passage below us.
I think as an Arbiter, you're in the Arbiter mission. Pretty soon, you'll be able to fly a Banshee. I'm not certain which mission it is and such.
Yeah, flying the Banshee is so much fun.
Oh yeah, yeah. What else?
There's one thing which I really enjoy about this game,
You only
and they
kill
do it
me.
well, is that they have it where you don't get to even decide what pace you're going to be playing at. There are only 2 speeds, fast and faster. They do that really well. And for me, I like
Yeah.
to play my games slow and methodically, because, you know, I played Half-Life, it punishes the player for being stupid and reckless.
Well, yeah, the Halo. It depends on the difficulty. Sometimes you can run through things, sometimes not.
But there's no clear pacing.
Yeah, I played Half-Life last Christmas. I remember.
Wow, really? That's
But,
kinda short.
Yeah, so like some people say, like, oh, you're blinded by nostalgia or whatever, and I really dislike it when people say that. Like, what?
You're
What do you
blinded
even
by
mean?
nostalgia
Like,
that
how-
Halo 2 was good. or that any of the Halo games were good.
I think I can take an objective look at. I don't know. Nothing's truly objective. I don't think with games. Like, I suppose I can see what they mean, but I really dislike it when people throw that argument at me because they have no idea
Or even the point of view.
what I know about that game, what these sort of games and such. Like Platypus, you can blinded by nostalgia with Platypus. I truly played that game in 2012. Before that, I just did cheating runs. When I was just a kid, I would always hold down Alt and F12, like, and so that's not giving me a very good idea of how the game is. And remember, Adam used the argument of cultural osmosis, which is the reason why I like games like Echo the Dolphin or so,
Echo the Dolphin's a good game.
which also I have to. I don't know really. I'm not certain if I totally understand the concept, but I think that old games can be just as good as new games. You wouldn't say the same about books, because this book's newer than this other book. That
wouldn't
means
say the same-
automatically that the newer books are better. So,
I don't think you'd say the same thing about Doom.
well, yeah,
Doom was the shit when it came out.
If a game is, you can definitely. I mean, I would understand the whole not aged well thing. Like, oh, this game hasn't aged well. Like,
Mainly, it doesn't
does
have
that
any
mean
new
like
graphics.
that the taste of the general audience had changed? That your taste had changed? It's very subjective. How do you say that something hasn't aged well?
Well,
like,
you
and
can't
maybe
say
if
it
it hasn't
hasn't.
aged well, then maybe it wasn't good to begin with. I don't know.
Well, I mean, some games are just good even though they haven't aged well. Like, I will say that Doom hasn't aged well because, well, the graphics.
Yeah, the graphics can still look good even in older games. Like even the Atari 2600, there's games that have good graphics still. I like a lot of the graphics of those games, like Yar's Revenge or so.
You know,
Like,
the 20...
they did what they could with it. They had.
Well,
And
like,
did it up.
well, I like Sega's games. I have a Sega Genesis. I've really
Sega Genesis,
enjoyed
yeah,
them.
that was good graphics too.
I think that they had better graphics than the Nintendos.
The Super Nintendo?
Yeah, I think that the games looked prettier. The games had a much better feel to them. The games actually felt like games.
So
Then-
if you say that the general, I don't think you really can make the argument that generally that newer games are better, because that's being really mean to a bunch of developers from that time.
That's
and not
also being
giving
very
them a chance.
suggestive.
And yeah, that's thing. I mean,
Because-
you wouldn't say the same about movies or books. Like people still hold black and white movies in high regard. They're not like, oh, because color is out now, all the black and white movies are obsolete or haven't aged well or so.
Well, black and white movies are kind of those... Well, black and white movies... Well, here's the argument to be made. Sometimes games age well, as in, they're still good, they're still classic games, like, Mario ages well, Sonic ages well. All of those things aged well. But, I mean, if you say a game like, I don't know... Give me an example. Let's say like Quake. Quake has not aged well. It doesn't.
How so?
It retains a pace which not many games do today.
Well,
But-
I'm saying that if a game is bad back then, then it will probably be bad now. If a game is good back then, it probably would be good now. I don't think quality of things really changes over time based
No, quality.
on how we view things, really. I mean, you can still read novels from like the 19th, 17th century and such. I mean, maybe you might not understand a lot of the things in them, but that doesn't mean they're bad.
I play a lot
Or
of
else they are
games-
bad. Maybe they are bad.
I play a lot of games which would be horribly ugly by today's standards of PC gaming. Like I love Unreal. I love
Yeah, but that game looks good, I think.
Yeah, Unreal Tournament looks really good. the
Rather
original
than-
Unreal, it has its unique design, but it doesn't look like Half-Life.
I think
Half-Life
Unreal looks better than Halo.
Halo, I don't like Halo.
Well, yeah, of
graphics.
course, that's not a very good.
It's way too
argument.
cartoony.
I mean, again, I'm not exactly certain about these arguments. Like, maybe you could make the argument that some things, that things have changed, that the tastes of the public have gotten better over time, maybe. But
Not
however,
better,
I do
but
think that
different.
good things have good things stay good and bad things stay bad.
Well,
And that
Doom's just a good game all throughout, but the one thing which I do have a problem with Doom is that it's very hard to... It's kind of, it's just very hard to grasp how quickly you're moving, or how you move, because it moves really quickly.
huh.
You don't know how quickly you move. You don't know, hey, do I need to go stealth here, or hey,
Oh yeah, that's something that could have been fixed at the time. That's not something I was limited, of course.
but one thing which I do have for Doom and its deep appreciation is that, you know, the 2D shooter genre, the two
Yeah.
things which Structure and I love the most. Well, what it did is it took a top-down 2D shooter, because that was what Doom technically is, a top-down 2D shooter.
Yeah, sorta.
Didn't know, no, it's an actual top-down 2D shooter, just put in first person. That's why
Huh.
all the sprites look that way.
Yeah, interesting.
There was, if you, look it up, it was very fascinating on how they did it, because there wasn't anything that could actually handle it being in 3D. Like, if it was a thing like, Donkey Kong 64, or is it Country or 64?
Country, I think you're thinking of?
Yeah. It couldn't
Because
do
64
anything.
was now till like 99, I think. 90.
It
No,
couldn't have-
98.
It couldn't have done what Donkey Kong Country did.
Evil bad.
Oh crap, I'm screwed.
So, but yeah, what was I gonna say? I forget what I was gonna say, but I mean, I'm happy that, oh wait, I remembered. I think the industry has been sort of nearsighted in the past. Like, it feels like there's no real way for them to preserve older games very well.
Well, I mean, how
Like-
would you preserve a game like,
Use it to smite our enemies.
okay, I will. But
Like,
how
why
would you,
is-
how do you preserve a game as genius as Doom without completely rewriting everything?
Well, you released on Steam like they did, which is a good thing that they have done at least. It's
Yeah,
not the
but
best part, but you
Doom's-
know, it's like,
Doom's
think
technically
about it, like-
freeware.
it's not like with books and movies. Like, say, if I want to get a book nowadays that's from like the 80s or so, I go online, buy a mass market paperback for $4 and have it shipped over to me. Like, you can't do that with a game from the 80s. Like, it'll probably
Well, you
cost
can.
more. You might not have a Nintendo. You might not have a television that has composite in or RF in or whatever. And,
Every
it's a bit
television has
difficult.
composite.
And, like, why can't there be reprints of games? Why can't they have more universal methods and such? If I want to buy a movie, like, from even, like, the 40s or so, I can get that on DVD and such, most of the time. Generally, it's been better to preserve, it's been easier to preserve movies and books. With games, it's a bit more difficult. However, thankfully there are emulators, but that's still like a legal gray area, and it's obvious that companies like Nintendo don't want people to be doing that.
The companies like Nintendo
Um,
don't want people to be playing their old games. Let's be realistic.
Well, they've been releasing them in like the Virtual Console and such, which is irritating because the Virtual Console isn't as good as a normal emulator on the PC, and it doesn't have nearly enough games, and it's too expensive. Why is it $10 for a single game? That is ridiculous. There should be, it should be $2 for an NES game and $3 for a Super Nintendo game.
Well, I mean,
No-
they still need to make a profit.
well, they can still make a profit on that. It's just intellectual property. There's no, there's literally no price that Nintendo, no cost that Nintendo has to pay. There's only profit, 100% profit. And considering that Steam can get away with selling games for like $2 during sales, and even not during sales, you can buy virtual games.
But I mean,
like
you're talking
the
about
Sega
two
collection.
different companies. Like Sega, it's kind of degraded over the years. I'm
Yeah,
sad
that's
to
the
say.
mess, sadly, because
It
all
was
these game
such a-
publishers are a mess, and like,
Sega used to be so good.
and they haven't been as stable as movie and book publishers, obviously. Like, I don't know. I mean, nobody really seems to care as much about restoring old games and like releasing them. Like, there
Well, I
should
mean, there is the
some
Mega Man
way we-
collection, and I'm
Yeah, that's good at least. Thankfully, they've done that, and Sega has been pretty good. Like, you could buy Echo the Dolphin in basically any form you want. There are about 20,000 ports of Sonic the Hedgehog.
and which is such a good game. I highly suggest playing the original Sonic game. None of the new Sonic games. Don't torture yourself.
Well, play CD2 at least.
Well, that one's okay.
But yeah,
It's not as good as the original.
oh, I disagree. But that's an argument for a different time.
Well, I
But,
mean,
but
we're talking about two separate. Well, I like the original Sonic game because it kept things very straightforward.
So that's what so frustrated me about. We're saying about the nearsightedness of the industry. That's what sort of frustrated me about how Adam was saying how like you can't really expect people to play older games because they're not as good as new games or so. They're not
That's
as deep.
bullshit.
So, like, yeah, they can't really.
So technically, I should not.
That's nearsightedness of the industry talking, not how it's trying to say like those games don't matter anymore. People shouldn't need to play those anymore. Like, we should have.
So I don't.
We should
play
have
Halo
game
anymore?
developers that have played like old classics like Half-Life or what else is there? Doom.
Doom is so good. I highly recommend that
Radius
game.
Gaiden, not to mention. Same as we have authors. You can't have an author that hasn't read like Gatsby
Or Tolkien.
Catcher in the Rye or so.
Or
Like, you
Tolkien.
can't. Good luck finding a film developer that hasn't watched like Citizen Kane or so.
Or The Godfather. Everybody's seen
Yeah.
The Godfather.
So
And if you haven't, go watch it right now. You're a failure of a human being.
however, we have developers that haven't played those old games. So why is the industry this nearsighted? Like, you should have an easier way to do it. Like, do you expect that 20 years into the future, people will say that the games of today are too outdated? Like,
Technically they are, and
it's really
technically that
frustrating.
means I should never be able to play Portal again, or not Half-Life. This game which I'm playing ever again.
maybe I'm nearsighted too towards older games. However, I still experiment with a lot of them and experiment with newer games as well. So you can't call me really biased. Like, I just bought the Metro games.
Have
which
you
are
bought
pretty-
Metroid?
I have Super Metroid. I played some of Super Metroid.
That's such a good game.
Yeah, Super Metroid's good.
All Metroid games are created equally, except for Other M. If
I've
anybody argues that in the comments that Other M's a good game, I will go out there to your house and I will shoot you.
I use emulators, of course.
I won't.
I would say that definitely. But yeah,
It's not the
just
same.
it's just like I don't know. Just when I look at how books have done, and when I look how movies have done, I think maybe it's just a matter of time. I suppose. At least
But I
people
mean-
have preserving these with like emulator sites and ROMs and such.
But
hopefully
you know,
eventually
like The Wizard of Oz, that's a classic. Even though it's not my favorite movie, and I actually kind of despise it because it's too simplistic and in the end, it really has no meaning to it.
Huh.
Well,
Well-
do you want spoilers of it? Because I know you haven't seen it.
Oh, I think I've read a abridged version of the book.
Do you want me to tell you the spoilers?
Yeah, sure.
So
Sure.
basically, a girl named Dorothy goes to, who lived in Kansas or Texas or I don't really care, goes to, gets in a coma, or a fever dream. And then what happens is that she's in a magical place called Oz. And while she's in Oz, she's told that she has to go and follow a yellow brick road, right? On the yellow brick road, she meets a lion, a scarecrow, and a other thing.
Well,
A lion,
I think
scarecrow,
the
and a
audience.
tin can.
I think the audience knows those parts. What exactly is the
I'm telling
annoying
you.
part? Just so.
I'm telling you.
All right. I know the basic story, of course. I read an abridged version of the book. I remember.
Well, basically, the whole thing is incredibly useless because at the very end of it, it's just, oh, just tap your heels 3 times and then just say, I want to go home. I want to
Yeah,
go
the
home.
The theme of the book is that the power was within her all the time. But
But
yeah,
I mean, the only reason Galinda or whatever, the good witch, didn't tell her that in the beginning, is because she wanted to kill the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at it.
But so that's the funny thing that Zarian tells me that I should watch like these old movies and such. Like I remember
They're
him
classic.
talking about how I should watch like the Never-Ending Story and such, and I have no, and that's again, it's like the near side of the industry. Why should he be telling me that I should see all these movies, which I should, by the way. I'm not really. I admit that, of course. But at the same time, why should there be? Why shouldn't people
But why
have to
he
watch
shouldn't
certain
be,
games? Have to play certain games like Echo the Dolphin or so.
or Half-Life.
Well, Half-Life, obviously. Like that's the whole thing with the nearsightedness of the industry.
Yeah, I mean, Half-Life is a game which it's unrivaled.
Thankfully, that game is pretty easy to find and pretty highly acclaimed.
Yeah, the DLC is a bit harder to get.
Well,
And
yeah.
the DLC, once
I haven't
you
played the DLC yet.
don't
I played a little bit of Blue Shift.
get the DLC if you value your life.
I got the DLC already.
Oh gosh, don't play it if
It
you
was
value
like
your life.
50 cents on the winter sale.
Oh no. Don't play it on hard if you if you value your life. So
Alright.
that's just
Yeah.
the end of this area. I think it's the end of the episode already.
Alright, that was good. That was a nice discussion.
So I mean, I guess we're gonna say bye bye.
Goodbye.